and welcome to Arkansas Style. I am your host, Nicole Neiman. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Today's episode is going to be slightly different. Since our show's mission is to highlight the people, places, and things that make Arkansas so special, we want to take a moment to revisit some of the incredible sponsors and contributors who have not only helped bring our show to life, but also make a difference in our communities every day. Whether it's nourishing our bodies, enhancing our well-being, improving our homes, or ensuring safe transportation, we've had the pleasure of hosting and learning from each and every one of our amazing partners who play a vital role in enriching the lives and the community. And speaking of nourishment, there's no better way to do it than with great food. Working with Saracen for our Bet on the Chef segment was an absolute delight. Getting a behind-the-scenes look at the kitchen and meeting the talented chefs who bring those incredible dishes to life was a tasting experience we'll never forget. So we're kicking things off with a look back at Chef Cynthia's scratch-made lobster mac and cheese that left us all wanting more. Are you feeling lucky? The slots may be hot, it's a game of chance, but here at Saracen Casino Resort, you'll always be a winner when you bet on the chefs.
Pour this right on top. My name is Cynthia East and I'm the Director of Food and Beverage. Today I'll be making macaroni and cheese, and just for a little added flair, I'm going to add some lobster to it. I was inspired when I watched the documentary High on the Hog, and they were shown how to make macaroni and cheese the original way. I was intrigued by this recipe because they were cooking the pasta in milk, and I thought to myself, how are they boiling pasta in milk without burning the milk? And then I realized that they weren't using milk like what we have today. It was probably more like heavy cream. So in the dish, I use heavy cream, milk, and water to cook the pasta in, and then I add cheeses to it. The other thing that I thought was interesting was that they layered the pasta and the cheese in a casserole dish before they baked it, rather than making it all one homogeneous dish. There we go. There's our cream. There it is. I created this recipe by doing some research and development. So as I said, I was inspired by what I saw on TV, and I said I want to replicate this. So I started with the basics, but I had to get the balance of milk and cheese and pasta, because you don't want to throw any of the milk away or the heavy cream away. And so you want to cook that pasta in just enough milk, heavy cream, and water so that it creates a sauce. I probably cooked it 10 times before I came up with this particular recipe. That's done. So today I'm using a Boursin cheese, aged white cheddar, yellow cheddar, sharp, and Gruyere. I start the macaroni and cheese by cooking the noodles in milk, heavy cream, and water with some spices like white pepper, mace. Sometimes I put a little nutmeg in there. Plenty of salt, because the noodles love to soak up that salt. A little bit of onion powder, garlic powder. Once the noodles are done, right on top, I put that over the Boursin cheese and stir it up, and that kind of melts the cheese, and that really makes the sauce. Then I put one layer into the casserole dish, and then a layer of the cheese, another layer of pasta, another layer of cheese. Pop it in the oven, about 15 minutes, it's ready to go. I'm going to kind of keep it simple with the lobster. I'm going to cook it in some butter and white wine with a little bit of green onion and garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper, smoked paprika and chipotle chili powder, and then I'll garnish it with some brown sugar bacon and a little bit of the green scallion on top.
Oh, Chef Cynthia.
Lobster mac and cheese.
And some.
And some.
This is so beautiful. A feast for the eyes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, here's the thing with mac and cheese in particular. I mean, it's an American staple, but it is somewhat elusive on how to cook it properly. So this is your own personal brand.
It is.
All right.
Yes.
What do we got going on here?
Okay, so the rules around macaroni and cheese change depending on who's cooking it. It's kind of like gumbo. And everybody who makes macaroni and cheese and is passionate about it, theirs is the best, right? So anyway, with this, I was just having fun with it after discovering that there was a whole different way of making macaroni and cheese by cooking those noodles in the milk.
You know what I love about it is that it is so creamy and it's a solid. It's not soupy. I mean, it really is a hearty dish. I'm tasting a little bit of garlic in here too.
Yes, yes. So the Boursin, or you can use the Alouette herb and garlic. So it's coming from that cheese.
All right, so we'll move on to the lobster.
Okay, all right.
You say you've treated this almost like a separate entity, right?
Yes, yeah. So I was thinking about it, and you could put the lobster in the macaroni and cheese, but I think sometimes it just kind of gets lost. And then it becomes all one thing. And so you don't really get a contrast as you're eating it, and so it can become kind of boring, by the time you get down to the bottom. But with this, I said, let me do some white wine and butter, a little bit of spices, just so that it makes it interesting and different. So you can eat the lobster by itself, or you can have it with the macaroni. You can have the macaroni by itself or with the lobster.
Nothing boring about this lobster. And
Well,
the
thank
spice
you.
really is delightful.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I like the smokiness. I figured that'd go well with the cheeses that were going on there.
Keep talking.
And
I would like to just put my face in this whole thing.
You just drink it up.
How dainty of me.
No, dainty. And then I think the bacon is fun too. I mean, that could be its own dish, really. That's dangerous right there. You could just put the bacon on a pan with some brown sugar on top and put it in the oven and cook it that way. Or you can do it the way I did it. I was just doing a small portion, so.
This is just not your everyday lobster mac and cheese. And every attention to detail is really thought out, and I can taste it. Even the way you've prepared and cut the bacon. It's a nice firm crunch to the bacon. The lobster, delicious with the spice, but the macaroni and cheese and the cream. Girl, we're going to be friends for a long time.
I love it. Thank you.
Well, Chef Cynthia, thank you so much for treating me to this really exclusive dining experience.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Come check them out at Saracen Casino Resort. Stay with us. We're taking you back to Kitchen Tune-Up next to learn how they can help you build the kitchen of your dreams. We'll be right back. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Another fun day here on Arkansas Style. We are taking another field trip, a journey of sorts, to a destination that you are going to love. We are at Kitchen Tune-Up in Maumelle, and I'm with Susan Johnson. Susan, let's face it, the kitchen is the heart of the home, right?
I agree.
And this is where we spend the most time. It's the best return on investment. And what's beautiful about what you do is that you make it not scary.
We certainly try with every customer we work with.
Nice, very good. So what I would like to do today is to pretend, and maybe one day it'll happen, is that I have my own kitchen and it needs a tune-up. And you and I are gonna go shopping to look at the latest and greatest and do this fabulous kitchen together.
I think that sounds like so much fun, and I can't wait. Well, the sky will be the limit.
I love it. All right, let's do it. Susan, we've come to the wall of just a few of your samples of cabinet doors, right?
Yes.
And when you're redesigning your kitchen or you're tuning it up, so to speak, one of the greatest, easiest ways to do it is to resurface or replace your cabinet fronts. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay, good. So what I'm noticing is that you've got different designs of cabinet doors, different, what do you call this where they're different boxes?
shaker design.
A shaker design, okay, and then you've got...
This is a raised panel, and this is what we refer to as applied molding. So this is a little bit more traditional, a little more formal. If you like a sleeker, more simple look, then something like this might be something that you would select.
Now that I know that I want a modern, kind of a sleek kitchen, what would you suggest for me cabinet-wise?
So you want me to show you something I'd love to do?
Yes, I would.
Now, if you don't like it, tell me. But
Okay,
I have just been itching to combine this fabulous sage green with this maple natural color. If you're looking in magazines or on Pinterest or Houzz or any place now, we're seeing introducing green colors and wood tones together, and I just look at how these complement each other. I just think that putting these, I would put these on the bottom on your base cabinets because it's heavier and it would anchor it, and then the lighter colors on the top. If you have any tall cabinetry, we could go back and forth. Does the tall cabinetry need to be the sage or the natural? We could play with that and see what looks best in your space. But I think that this just has such a warm and inviting decor. Now, I'd want to obviously take this to your house and see how it looks there, but I just think that these two really work well together.
So now that we've picked out an upper and a lower cabinet front, Susan, can you help me pick out some hardware and some surfaces that would go with this?
Are you thinking you want new countertops as well?
Well, the sky's the limit, right?
Hello.
All right, let's
go
do
for it.
countertops.
Well, this has some really wonderful options and it's been around a long time. Let's see what this. Now, obviously, one of the questions I would say, do you like busy or do you like more subtle?
Okay.
We're trying to pull out some tones, and I think that that's too blue.
Okay, so look at how you've got the different colors in this stone. It's got a little bit of a metallic, but I understand what you're saying. I can see that blue, and it's taking away from that
I think
sage.
it does. I think that we can do better than this. Although I love this one, and I've done it several times, but I think that we might be able to find something that is more earthy.
Yeah, and the fact that we're trying to go sleek and sophisticated and contemporary a little bit. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, that's it. I mean, you found it. That is clean and modern, and it ties the two colors together.
I just think that you want this to be the piece that brings it all together, not that, oh, well, why did I do the uppers this color and that? We need something to tie it.
Pretty.
And I think that this will do it.
Pretty. Okay, so let's move on to some hardware and a backsplash.
Maybe.
Oh, this is so much fun. Sky's the limit. Here we go. So we've got the upper cabinet, we have the lower cabinet. You chose our surface for our countertops, okay? Look at how beautiful.
I think it's going to be dramatic. I can't wait to see your house and how it will look there.
Yeah.
The next step is obviously looking for a backsplash, and backsplashes are just, I mean, there's just so much to choose from out there, and we certainly don't carry a lot of that in our showroom. So we can kind of I want to get a feel. Do you like simple? Do you like more dramatic or what? I just pulled a couple of things, and you know, we could bring out some of the colors that are in the quartz and that would coordinate with everything, and this brown might, and oh no, that is not going to work. I don't think
You don't like that one?
No,
okay, all
not
right,
with the
Susan.
green. Not with the green, I don't.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. I like the idea, because again, we're going for kind of clean and contemporary and modern. I guess I like the feeling of it all kind of blending in, and then doing a cool hardware. So when I buy the cabinet fronts, there's not drill holes already in here, so I can choose.
You can get whatever you want. You can do a knob. You don't have to do a pull.
Oh my goodness.
You can mix. And some homeowners do different hardware on different parts of the kitchen. They may do a pull on the uppers and knobs on the lowers, vice versa. I mean, you can literally do whatever you prefer, because you are right. It's a blank palette.
Okay, so I think doing a knob on the upper would be pretty, and then doing a pull on the lower
I think that that's
might be my
fun.
jam.
Yes.
I don't know. This is why I hire you, Susan.
You'll know it when we, and that can be the, typically backsplash and hardware is some of the last things we do. We pick the cabinets, then we go with the countertop, then we get that together, and then we start looking at, okay, now what's going to be the final pieces that bring it all home to make it really special.
And again, when you're talking about your kitchen, it really is the heart of the home. And this is why your business focuses solely on that, which is really an incredible service. So for, your house now, as far as an investment is concerned, this is where you want to spend the money. Not only are you going to get a return on all the time that you spend, but all the compliments you're going to get too.
What do you think?
Susan, I love what I picked, and I would love to see it in my home someday.
Well, we can make it happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, really fun. Thanks for teaching me about it.
I love it.
All right, check out Kitchen Tune-Up. Now, if you're looking for reliable and safe in-home care for your elderly loved ones, stay tuned as we reintroduce senior care owner Phil Schmidt, who shares the perfect solution. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. When considering the health and well-being of the loved ones we love, we always want to make sure they are well taken care of, especially in their later years. And Senior Care strives to be your go-to experts for in-home care. So here to outline the steps that potential clients can expect, as well as debunk some of the common issues or misconceptions that come with in-home care, is owner Phil Schmidt. Phil, great to see you.
Very good to see you.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What is senior care?
Okay, senior care really takes care of people living in their homes. Our MO, so to speak, is to try to have someone be able to stay at home through end of life. Help with their in the industry ADLs, activities of daily living, keep them safe and steady on their feet, and make sure that their nutrition's going the right way, and hydration, and that they're taken to doctor's appointments and their med reminders. Everything's non-medical, but that's what we do. Sometimes the steps on how to get there get a little bit confusing for people.
Yeah, this is very important service that you provide. My Aunt Lois used to say she needs a Manny.
Right, right.
Somebody that can help her manage her life as she got older.
Right.
So let's talk about some of these misconceptions that come with your business.
Well, I think one of the major misconceptions is, and I grew up in the South like a lot of people, and a lot of times people that maybe have been in the house who are friends or have been in housekeeping and that kind of thing sometime can jump in and be able to really help someone. But it gets to a point where the skills that are necessary will outstrip the abilities of a person to really continue to take care of someone in place. And a lot of times families are very confused about what to do once the aunt can't keep them anymore, or a child has to go to school or work, or the parent, the other parent is ill themselves or feeble, and people begin to look.
Okay, now I understand. Yeah, because that is kind of like a default. If you've got somebody that's coming to the house and helping you clean,
Right.
Why would you ask them if they can help? Your loved one, put the groceries away or what have you. But it gets much bigger and broader than that with the tasks, and that's really where your professionals come in.
That's right, and not that we don't do companion care is what we call it, but it gets to the point where companion care is, there's just so much more. It's very important, I think, to not have to change people when you go through these steps, because people get used to someone, especially in the dementia and Alzheimer's, where the person that's with that person who is suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's, and just use that as an example, they get to know them, and they get to depend on them. And then if they're in companion care but they don't have the skills to be able to go these next steps, it's a very sad situation sometimes to have to change out people. And what we try to do is to match that right step where they can go all the way, well, match the right skills where we could go all the way through the steps.
Yeah, I mean, it is a people-centered business for sure. You say that you do a 1, 2, 3 step solution.
That's
what
correct.
does that mean?
Well, number one would be however a person finds us, and there's a lot of different ways that they find us. Luckily, and we're very blessed to have a really good word of mouth out there. So someone who lives down the street or met someone at a bridge house or goes to church with someone could say, hey, I know of someone who you might could call for your husband or for, you know, your whoever. And that's the first step, and that's sometimes word of mouth, but sometimes that's also a case manager at a doctor's office, or a case manager or discharge coordinator at a hospital, or a skilled nursing facility where someone's in rehab and they're getting ready to go home. So, and sometimes it's Google. Sometimes they, you know, get on Google. So there's different ways. That's step one. Then when they contact our company, and sometimes it's an assisted living that will call and say, Mrs. Jones is going to need some extra help to be able to maneuver dinner time, that kind of thing. And we will get in touch with the family, whether we call or the family member or a sibling or whoever. Step two, and we will begin to just listen and take a lot of notes, whether they want to do this on the phone, which we do, you know, in most cases, and then arrange to meet to basically assess the situation and try to have all of the family members, if we can, together. So,
And then quickly, let's go to step 3.
okay, step 3 would be that we sit down and write a care plan that fits that particular person, and then matches up the times and the schedule that we would have a caregiver who could match that skill set and the schedule's times, and then onboard that person, which is part of step 3, meaning getting them acclimated and connected.
Well, I appreciate your efforts. You know, you're walking the talk, talking the talk for sure. Appreciate you coming in and talking to us about this very important subject.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
we
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Now, to get your in-home care journey started today, you can reach out to Phil through email or by phone at 501-690-1799. Now, from senior care to child care, next we're revisiting our meaningful conversation with Second Chance Ranch Director Rachel Hubbard to see how they're helping foster children feel safe and secure. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. The sad reality of foster care can be hard to fathom, especially for the children involved. But at Second Chance Youth Ranch, they work to offer an oasis for children living on unstable grounds. This private placement agency offers homes on 3 different campuses and community homes throughout Central Arkansas. And today I am joined by their director, Rachel Hubbard, to get a deeper understanding on what they do and how they lower the number of children in need. Big stuff, Rachel.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you are doing. Really, one kid at a time. My heart breaks for any of these children that are in this situation, but you are a real bastion for hope. So let's talk about the ranch and what it does.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. So my husband and I have been a part of Second Chance for 17 years now, and our goal is to end the foster care crisis in Arkansas. We want to make sure that every child has a safe, stable, loving home for however long they need it.
Yeah. And how do you go about doing that?
So we, well, hopefully today we can get some people interested in fostering.
Yeah.
We recruit people to either foster from their own home, as in traditional foster care, and we also have the 3 campuses that are designed for large sibling groups. And so we recruit foster families who say, I would love to keep a sibling group together so brothers and sisters don't have to be separated, and we'll provide the housing and a large vehicle for them, all of the things that would kind of make that unattainable in their own house. We make it easy to keep those brothers and sisters together. So
Okay, so let's back it up just a tiny bit. And if I'm somebody at home and I know the word foster care, but I really don't know how it works,
Yeah.
what is my commitment to being a foster parent?
So foster care is for children who have been removed from an abusive or neglectful family, and your role as the foster parent is really to kind of step in as that bonus parent until we can achieve reunification for that child. So you do all the mom and dad things, but you also kind of take a back seat to their real mom and dad, and you're cheering and hoping that that family can heal and be restored again.
Okay, so when you mention, either going on campus or taking somebody in their home, how does that work? What does that look like?
So generally what happens is parents would have to go through a training process where we're equipping them and teaching them about working with kids from trauma, and then they have to have an extra bedroom in their home or be willing to move to a new home, and we carefully match a child with a family. And so some families would say, I only feel comfortable taking a girl under the age of 6, or some families may want a teenager or whatever, and so we do some digging and we find the right kid for that family, and then once that child is placed there, we wrap around that family and support them, because nobody should have to do this alone, you know.
Folks at home, really, this is a very deep but very important subject, and Rachel's giving us a ton of great information on how to actually go through the process of being a foster parent. What about the money? Does it cost us money to be a foster parent?
It costs nothing to foster or adopt a child out of the state system. And you have an option to either open your home to foster through the state or to work with a private agency like Second Chance Ranch to kind of hold your hand through the process and make it a little easier. And neither option costs anything. In fact, we provide a stipend to the family to help cover the cost of caring for the kids.
And these kids also come with some state benefits too, I imagine, health care and things like that.
All of their health care is provided for. The state pays for clothing, for summer camp. There's lots of resources to help make it a doable thing for families.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times people think it's very expensive to have a child, but the state is there as a safety net to help with a lot. I'm telling you, a lot.
Yes.
Let's talk about the timeline. So if I were to foster a child, what's that time? Generally, how long are they with me?
Here's the great thing is you're not making a forever commitment. So if you're not sure about it or you're nervous about it, it's not going to last forever. It's going to be temporary. It could be a week. It could be 6 months. It could be a year. It really depends on that child's case plan and how quickly we can move them towards permanency.
And Rachel, the demand is great for foster parents. What happens to these children if there isn't enough foster parents to foster them?
Let me tell you, every day we get phone calls and emails asking us to find a home for children. I turn away on average 5 to 10 children every single day, and that's just my small organization. So children are staying in homeless shelters. They are occasionally having to sleep in a DHS office. They are placed in facilities. These are not places that children should be. They should be in a home with a family.
My heart is beating fast, I have to tell you, because this it breaks my heart to think of children suffering like this. So if somebody is at home and really is interested in at least finding out some information, what can they do?
So you have some options. You can go to our website for Second Chance Youth Ranch and learn about us. But we're really located in Central Arkansas, and there are other agencies throughout the entire state that can hold your hand through this process and give you information. And the state has a website called Every Child Arkansas, and there's a QR code you can scan, and they'll walk you through the process of finding your agency and figuring out how to just answering all your questions.
All right, quickly, let's leave people on a happy note. Have you seen a lot of success stories?
Oh my goodness, yes, yes.
Okay.
A loving family can literally change everything for a hurting kid.
Okay, there you go. Well, thank you so much for what you are doing. You are a gift to the world. Really.
Thank you.
Again, you can scan the QR codes on your screen or visit 2cyr.org to learn more about Second Chance Youth Ranch or explore the many ways they can help you become a foster parent. caring for your loved ones comes in many forms. So up next, we'll review Beauty from Ashes, all-natural skincare collection, designed for those battling the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. What started from heartbreak has since turned into a symbol of faith and strength. Beauty from Ashes, an all-natural skincare line that was started as the way to ease the inevitable pain accompanied with chemotherapy and radiation side effects. But even if you aren't experiencing this pain and just looking for a clean product to soften and care for your skin, owner Kare Miller is here with some of her products to show us and the story that sparked an idea. Kare, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Nicole.
This is a table of my favorite things.
Thank you. You can try any of the stuff that you want.
Okay, well, let's first of all, let's talk about Beauty from Ashes and the story that it all started from. Okay. It comes from your heart, really.
It does.
All right.
It does. It's very personal. I'm from Canada, and about 7 years ago, I had a friend who owns the Skin Bar in Bryant, and she asked me to do a bar of charcoal soap for her, and I thought, okay, I'm going to name it Beauty from Ashes. And 3 weeks later, my mom phoned me up to let me know that she had cancer. So we all know somebody who's had cancer, and when it is somebody that we love, it affects us deeply. I started doing a lot of research, and I found out that all natural soap can help ease the pain. So I'm like, well, God, if I'm meant to do this, I want a sign. And the next line on the radio was, he makes beauty from these ashes. And I'm like, okay, that's my sign. So I made my first batch of soap. It's cold processed soap. I measure it, I weigh it. It has to cure for 6 weeks. I've named my soap after my mom. So Sharon's Caring Gentle Soap. And we have been blessed to have donated over 800 bars to cancer patients. My mom, for 4 years, she struggled and she remained strong in her faith. And we have been very blessed to have had her for 4.5 years. And during that time, she told me, she encouraged me to continue with my dream, and that God would make a way for me to help other people. And so I have my mostly 100% all natural soap. I've got unscented body butters and unfragranced candles for people who have sensitivities. He has made a way. He's opened up many doors. We are very, very blessed to be able to share my mom's message, her story. A little bit goes a long way.
I will say, I think I piled it on a little too strong, but I'm not mad about it because this is so smooth and creamy. Why are these so good for our skin?
There's no chemicals. For example, my unscented body butter, there's no chemicals in that. It's all natural body butters and fats, and it's everything that our skin is deprived of, especially during the winter time. So it will soak right in, and you should love it.
Oh, wow. Do I love it. I mean, my skin is loving it even more so. And what's really incredible is your story, really, and why you started this brand. Because for so many people who are suffering, whether it be from cancer or just even the dry weather and just the hard work of being out there doing the thing of life, it's really nice to have something that cares for you so well. All right, so this is the body butter that I've just tried, yes?
So the body butter is a new thing that we've done. We've also, I was speaking to my pastor's wife, Shara, and she was saying that a lot of people have sensitivities to fragrances. So we have really taken that and run with it. We have unscented candles. We use coconut apricot wax. It burns up to 80% cleaner than soy. So my mom, who loved candles, this was a great option for her to be able to enjoy her candles without the toxins that a lot of store-bought candles have.
Interesting. So is this what's over here?
This is actually the Arkansas collection.
Oh, okay.
So it's named after, I've been here for 20 years. We love the natural state. We love Arkansas, so I wanted to pay homage to my new home. And so we have a whole line of Arkansas candles that are named after landmarks here.
Yes, I am holding the Home Sweet Home Coconut Apricot Wax. Wow, this is fantastic. And I love that you have the wood wick.
Wood wick.
For people who haven't experienced the wood wick, tell them what they are going to enjoy with that.
Well, this is an untreated wick. It is a nice crackling wick, so you'll get that fireplace sense. This is my favorite candle, though.
What you
This
got
is
here?
the natural state. It's my favorite. I love it. I love it. It has a nice pine with a red raspberry scent to it. And then we started doing.
That is the most
I
unique.
love
I'm
it.
so sorry to interrupt you, but this is the most unique fragrance I've ever experienced. Oh, and I'm all about the smells.
Thank you. Thank
okay. The
you.
natural
We use
state.
clean scents, and we use paraben-free fragrance oils with essential oil blend, so everything is custom.
Well, girl, I mean, from soap bars to body butters to candles, you know, I mean, there's so much in your collection. Tell people where they can shop with you.
I am actually working on a website, so I've got my website up and running. If there's any issues, just contact me and I'll get your order out. But I also have my full line at the Skin Bar and Med Spa in Bryant, as well as Me and McGee Market, and a limited collection over at the Front Porch.
Oh, well, Kare, lovely to meet you, and I can feel and smell your mother in all of these products. So I'm sorry for your loss, but how beautiful to have her continue on in this way.
And this is how I honor her.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, well, you can find all of the products we've discussed today, along with so many more amazing items at thebeautyfromashes.com. Now, you know we love our boss ladies, and Gwatney Chevrolet is led by one of the best. So up next, see how Christian Gwatney is redefining the car buying experience for everyone. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
I'm at the #1 Chevy dealership in Arkansas, Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville, and I'm going to talk to my #1 favorite female owner, Christian Gwatney. She's got some important updates you're going to want to know about. Let's go check it out. I'm talking to one of my favorite female businesswomen. I'm with Christian Gwatney. I'm at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Christian, great to see you, honey.
Good to see you.
For those of you who are just meeting Christian for the first time, this is a girl power owned business in a male dominated world, but you're kind of flipping the switch on that.
Well, we like to do things a little differently here. Yes, we're a female-owned dealership in a male world for sure, but we like to be open to everyone. So whether you're male or female, we're here.
Yeah. And again, you know, as a female, it can be intimidating to come car shopping.
It can be.
And so one is you really make us feel like part of your family when we come.
Yes.
And two is that you're looking to hire people just like me or you to talk to people just like me or you shopping for a car.
Right. So we don't do high pressure sales here, and we want to make sure that anybody, male, female, old, young, with kids, without kids, feel comfortable buying a car here. So if you are interested in sales or service, we are always going to be open to training and hiring because we want to have people who are willing to sell to people who look like them and feel like their company
Yeah.
they're comfortable in.
And this business has been here for years.
Yes.
And there's some changes going outside the front door that we need to let customers know about.
Yes, so when my grandfather opened this company in 1957, he lived in Jacksonville and just down the road off James Street. And now they are making some changes on the highway, and now you'll get to take the James Street exit, just like he took the James Street to get down here on TP White Drive, because the Gregory Street exit is closed. So when you're coming to see us on 1301 TP White Drive, take the James Street exit.
Yeah, and some unique things when you come to visit the dealership, when you're going to test drive a car. And again, we're speaking to families right now in particular. You make it really easy for us to shop.
Yes, so we have car seats here. They are brand new, never been used by anybody but the car dealership. And if you're here and you want to take a test drive as a family, just let us know and we will be able to provide you with the car seat that you could use in the test drive. Our salesman will hop in the back, mom, dad hop in the front seat, and our salesman will hop in the back and tell you all about all the features while they ride in the back seat with your kids. You install the car seats and we'll explain the features of the car.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, a car is our lifeline.
It
and
is.
as we're transporting our families to and from, you know, we want to be sure that they're safe and in the best vehicles possible, and you make that within our reach, of course. So another thing that you like to really, you know, put your money where your mouth is that you ask people to connect with you directly in the event that they want to talk to you personally about their experience or about their car shopping needs.
Yes, so if you get on our website and you go to the About Us section, you'll see my page on the page. Click on that link and you can send me an email and let me know about your experience. If you have a problem or you have a great story to share, let me know and I will reach back out to you and talk, see what we can do to make it better. I am always open to hearing about our experiences with our customers and seeing if there's any way I can make it better, or sharing applause to my salespeople or service team when we do great things.
All right, so we've covered the family issues, but we've got some really cool cars on display here
Yes, we
too.
do.
For the ones who have the need for speed,
Yeah.
let's speak to them.
Yeah, so we've got some really cool. We got this Camaro right here. We have Corvettes. We love fast cars. We love family cars. We like it all. So come see us.
Yeah, perfect. Well, Christian, I love what you do. I really admire you greatly
Thank
for
you.
taking such an incredible leadership role with a really, really soft heart.
Well, I love my family's business. Legacy is something that I'm very proud of, and I'm very proud to be able to do it in a new way, as with a family, with a female and a family perspective as a mom too. So
Love it. Well, great to see you.
great to see you too.
Come check them out here at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville, and be sure to take that new exit on James Street. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed reminiscing with us. What you saw was just a glimpse of the incredible partners, community members, and contributors who have been with us over the years, but I want to emphasize that our show wouldn't be possible without each and every one of our amazing sponsors who support us daily. Your work in our city, whether large or small, is the driving force behind the connections we create, the stories we share, and the impact we make. Thank you now and forever, and we will see you all again next time with love. Mwah.
Thank you for watching Arkansas Style with Nicole Neiman. Furniture provided by Hank Spine Furniture.